woke propaganda aimed at gamers seemingly pushed with US taxpayer dollars. So, the Trump administration has uncovered that a number of media outlets that have been pushing woke propaganda on video game players was done with US taxpayer dollars and was funded by the US government. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, I guess, I don't know, shared in a press briefing. She said, so upon coming out here to the briefing room, I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico, who I know has a seat in this room, and I can confirm that more than $8 million of taxpayer money have gone to essentially subsidizing subscriptions to Politico will no longer be happening. The Doge team, which that's I still think that's silly, but anyway, is working on canceling those payments now. You believe it? 8 million to Politico, which is basically a left wing propaganda machine.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, I don't think you're gonna find anybody anywhere that says, "Oh, they're unbiased."
oh, of course not. I mean, of course, of course they're biased. It's Politico, you know? They're paid to be biased.
Ex user Solianath, I guess. I'm bad with names. They don't make it easy on me. Reacted to these comments and shared various screenshots from political articles where the outlet is defaming video game players and specifically those engaged in Gamergate. The user wrote, "People have wondered if our tax dollars were used to promote wokeness in video games, and the answer is yes. USAID paid Politico millions per year to write pieces like this one, which promote diversity and describe Gamergate as disinformation and harassment campaign." Here's the thing, it's not like, oh, we're the Gamergate soldiers and we signed up to wage war. We just get tired. I mean, it's like obvious what's happening, and we just happen to notice and then speak the truth on it. It's not like we're drawing a line and waging wars. Just, you know, we're getting lied to and we're going, "Hey, that's a lie." It's that simple.
Well, I think that it's come so far now till some people are kind of fighting back against stuff like this, you know, more than they would have if they'd have left everybody alone and let them enjoy
Yeah.
their games.
I mean, for that matter, we've already hit a Gamergate 2.
Yeah.
And it's mostly because of feminists co-opting journalism and specifically in the video game scene. Although it's definitely not all just video games; it's in software, it's in all the media, and it's not just feminists, but in the Gamergate situation, it primarily is about that. The user wrote, "People wonder." Okay, yeah, went over that part.
It just feels like they're fighting tooth and nail to keep things as they are. They do not want to change. When all the gamers, all they're wanting is for things to go back to the way it was before all this stuff started. They just want to play, we just want to play regular, decent games without all of this bullshit thrown in it.
Well, you might not be familiar with what the original Gamergate was, and I would tell you to go look up the facts on it. But the problem with that is most articles will not have all the facts. But this feminist manipulated this man and did him wrong, and it's a tragic tale which he offed himself in the end.
Yeah,
And
I remember.
she went on to continue making fame for herself, to continue doing what she was doing. And to this day, we have a world full of deniers. I remember it going down in real time when it was happening.
Mm. Didn't one of the creators from The Simpsons, didn't he end up the same way?
No, I haven't heard anything on that. So it says now obviously it's unclear where that 8 million of funding was spent, but clearly political articles were being written to smear gamers and those part of Gamergate. And again, it's not like, oh, I'm choosing to be part of Gamergate. It doesn't work that way. Apparently, a lot of people think so, but it doesn't. We have Furious Dan with a
Hi,
shout
Dan.
out, and he left a like. So yeah,
Yay.
I tuned in to Furious Dan here earlier and left a like as well. So it's always good when streamers support one another. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
important. That is very important. Without each other, we don't have much. I mean, yeah, streamers don't support other streamers. We still have the audience, but it's only better if we support one another as well.
Hi, nobody.
The nobody. I remember when games were just fun things to do, not a political statement. Same for television. It was definitely less of a headache. Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm generally not always, but generally speaking, I'm older than a lot of people on the internet, and I remember things in the '80s. For that matter, I remember the early '80s and even some of the late '70s. But it's to me, it's like we fell off a timeline and then we're propped up on a different one. Things are so different; it doesn't feel like the same reality anymore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what I was thinking about earlier. It just doesn't feel like it's real. It feels like some sort of weird simulation or something, you know?